Hey everyone, welcome to another great edition of Wake Up Uncensored. We are joined today by actor, model, producer, entrepreneur, Robert Ri'chard.
Robert Ri'chard in the building, guys. The one and only. Back, guys. What's going on? Hi, everybody. How you guys doing?
How you doing today? How you doing?
Doing fantastic. It's got the gym. You know what I'm saying?
In the gym?
Oh,
okay. You got
lean.
you fit.
Hey, okay,
okay.
Yeah.
I go up and down. I go up and down, yeah, for sure.
Goals.
How you guys do? Everybody looks handsome. Love it.
Thank you.
We all do.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Entree, 4-course meal.
Yeah, there you go.
How's life? How's everything going?
Everything's going great. You know, it's a new frontier. It's the roaring 20s. You know, it's amazing. So
okay.
very, very, very excited about what's to come. There's a little bit of disruption going on, but that's always fun. So
Okay. Now, Robert, you've been in this industry for a very long time. We always see you doing your thing. What's your key to longevity?
I think the Jay-Z line is probably the best. Treat your last like your first and your first like your last. That's a pretty good line.
Yes.
So I still think of myself as a rookie. I mean, I know I've been in the business for a long time and I've had a lot of fun. But this is like the next chapter. You know, this is the Ri'chard, adult version.
Yeah.
That's a lot different than who we've seen beforehand. Who've kind of been like someone we've watched grow up, and it's really, really exciting. And I'm, running and got guns and shooting and kissing girls, and it's great.
Hey, that's my guy.
So, Robert,
that's my
when it
guy.
comes to that transition, though, from where we've seen you in previous things, or let's say younger coming up, what is that transition like into adulthood that your audience needs to make sure that they understand or overstand as to who you are now? Running, kissing girls, shooting guns.
Right. It's important that you know who your customer is.
Okay.
So like there's like this end user, which is like the people at home who watch and know and like love my stuff. But then like my customer is like casting directors.
Yes.
My customer is like showrunners. My customers is writers and directors who are like, you can fit into my, my motif that I have for this character. And it's really just me being a chameleon and showing that I can sort of do everything and not leaning on the fact that I've, got the awards and the hours on set, hundreds of thousands of hours on sets now. So just really catering to them and being of service.
What would you say to, let's say, like a West African coming here, brand new, trying to be like an actor? What would you tell them to be like, or to study, or to get where you are right now? What's the advice you give the guy?
That's a great question because I feel like there's so much attention on like the African consumer right now.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of productions are going. They're shooting South Africa. They're shooting all over the continent. It's great. Obviously, a lot of attention originally occurred with sort of like the, Black Panther was kind of like the focus of being like, hey, there's just like tech savvy, super up to date, whole continent that people have sort of been aware of and thought that everyone was like living in trees and running around with freaking lions and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that, you kind of got to lean towards where the writing is. If the writing is action stuff, if the writing is, this is our take on medicine or our take on, a cop show or our take on a legal show, kind of, doing that and just staying prepared and staying in the gym.
Yeah.
I know right now, I'm reading every day. I put in about 2 hours a day and just practicing line reading. And really it's like practice, walk away from it, come back to it and see if you remember it.
Okay.
Like really trying to deposit things in long-term memory. I do a lot of classes. I teach my own class and it's challenging. It's fun. But I think that there's a lot. Supercell is a great show. It's run out of London. Do you know the show? Supercell?
No.
Oh,
wait, is it about the spy?
No,
I have it saved, but I haven't gotten into it yet.
They're like all these kids. They're like mutants, and then like they all have individual powers. And as they find each other, their powers increase.
Yeah,
it's really, really good, and it's kind of seen through the eyes of like sort of like the African footprint in England. It's really, really good show. Yeah.
Is it on BBC or something?
No, it's on. I don't know the network. I think it's on Netflix. I think.
No, Netflix?
Oh, Netflix.
I'll check it out.
Supercell,
I'll check it out.
SUPA.
SUPA.
Yeah.
Robert, what are some of the challenges that you feel that as an actor who's been in the business for so long that you have to go through in current day?
The challenges, the business has evolved a lot. Originally there was just like the 7 studios, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Sony, Disney, and then the other ones, right? And then now it's kind of evolved where you've got sort of like these tech companies that are still, making content. You got Amazon, you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got all these different stations that are sort of like these channels. And then now, because the technology is everywhere, everyone's got a camera, everyone's got microphones, everyone's got a whole crew. So you kind of have to like kind of be everybody's homie a little bit and try and make sure that like as people are writing stuff, they're like, yo, put me in the mix, call your director friends and ask them all the time. So I think this now is it's a much bigger ocean than the pond that it used to be in the TMZ zone. TMZ stands for the 30-mile zone, which is like Hollywood. So that's the original nucleus. That's the petri dish that is a Hollywood system. And now everybody's everywhere. Toronto, Georgia, New Mexico, Texas, all overseas in Spain. People are everywhere now. So I think it's just a much bigger ocean now.
And how we do things creatively has even changed. Like now you don't have to necessarily go to the majors. You can be an independent entity and do it that way as well. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, there's festivals everywhere. There's ways to get attention. There's YouTube. There's ways just to grab an audience, whether it be through Indiegogo or Kickstarters to sort of initially breadcrumb people. You can drop things on TikTok. It's crazy. You know, what's interesting to me is the writing. I think it's important, especially for young creatives, to really say the bones of the project is the writing, and really try and take the time to develop what is being said both as an art piece and as a business piece to the consumer. Because sometimes I think that people can make stuff so fast that they're not making the words well written. And like my dad's old school. He hasn't listened to anything where there's like any cursing in it. So if there's like cursing and something, my dad flips the channel. I think a lot of families are that way. You know, they don't want to actually hear that when they're like, you know, grandma, their kids walking around the back. They're like, oh, turn that off because I can't. That rating changes for being in the household. And people watch television in the household, you know.
It seems. Go ahead, my bad. Sorry about that. And to piggyback off of that, how was the upbringing like? Explain your upbringing. Like, what was it like growing up?
Yeah. No, I mean, I grew up in Los Angeles in the 90s. So there's a lot of hostility that was, you know, just in the neighborhood and stuff. And I think that in general, growing up as a Los Angelino, people sort of said, let me push the sports, you know, to keep you out of trouble, extracurricular activities, let's push the education and try and keep you on the right side of everything that's going on. Because it got a lot of hairy. I lost a lot of friends to, you know, whether it be shot, killed, you know, shot somebody, go to prison, died. It's a lot of that growing up. So I try to still be an example, and so everybody know I'm cool. To keep
what you just said just now, Robert, is excellent because being that example, you just said you teach your own classes. So with that knowledge and experience that you have from previous experiences, and now you're teaching it, you are an asset.
Yeah, you know, I try and just make sure that I give the students the time they need on stage. I think sometimes teachers can make it a little bit too much about themselves.
Yes.
But everyone's kind of there to get a job, right? You want your students to not be in your class. That's kind of the attitude that I have. You know, I said, like, hey, let's get in here. Let's get to work. Let's get you to the point where you're reading for a role and they're like, that's the guy. Okay. Right? And then you go, you get it, and then you're not in my class anymore. You just tell people about my class.
Yes, you have them elevate. You work towards seeing them elevate. And when it comes to teachers and the student, do you find it rewarding right now, or are you at that place where you are still the student and there are teachers that you are looking at?
Yeah, you know, there's always another teacher. There's always another samurai. But, you know, I just try and, you know, graduate, you know, the kids through. You don't want LeBron playing in high school forever. That's no fun.
Correct.
That's true.
Right? Correct. That talks about you
got to get to the Olympics at some point.
Yeah.
But then, you know, the teachers that I lean on, a lot of them are the writers. You know, I try and really understand what a writer's thinking so that I can lift that off the page, kind of use like the black and white ink as the bones of a character and really sort of like do my job to stay in that lane, stay in that box, in that category, in that parameters and still make it my own like visceral character. The one thing advantage that I feel that I have, which might not be true, but because I've been in so many living rooms, both on the boob tube and like with people, I feel like I know a lot about people. So I kind of understand what they want to see. So it's that peanut butter and jelly of being like, do what the writer says and also give the people what they want.
Is there anyone in particular that has inspired you throughout your career? Motivated you to keep going, to keep pushing?
I gotta give a shout out to Sam Jackson. Shout out Sam. Actually, I'm going to play my dad again soon. Strategic plug right there. No, but I mean, Sam does everything. Sam's with the dinosaurs. in Jurassic Park with the aliens and Star Wars.
Yes.
He's like screaming at black people, white people. He's screaming at everybody.
He doesn't. No discrimination, right?
Screams at everybody.
I got a question for you, Robert. While you're answering that too, while we're on snakes, how do you feel about snakes?
Oh, I'm not. I'm fearless. I'm not.
What about them being on a plane? No, get it.
Not on the plane. I'm fearless. Okay. I just saw this really funny Instagram post the other day where there's like a Japanese show.
Yeah.
And they sing karaoke.
Yeah.
And they put you like in like a pit with the thing you're most scared of.
Like karaoke, like Fear Factor karaoke?
It's like a Fear Factor karaoke. If you look this up, this is hilarious.
That's hilarious?
Oh my God.
That's a torture device. Robert, stop.
And like stepping on like worms, and she was like, her feet were in a bunch of mice. It was hilarious. It's really funny. She didn't miss a beat.
Rob, is that something that you would participate in?
I think a good game show is fun. I like game shows. The people, I grew up on Jeopardy, but all the game shows are fun now.
And you were saying earlier about just going to the gym in general. Are you a big sport guy?
I love sports.
Which
I
ones?
think of my business as a sport.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really think of it as art. I kind of think of it, I see it more from the science angle.
Yeah.
I see it more from the sports angle. I love football. Soccer for all the
hold on.
We know what you, right.
Wait.
We can get into this one.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yes.
I think that a lot of my characters have to have a little bit of a smart sort of soccer element. That keeps my character a little bit more worldly than just like the North American footprint. So I think that's kind of the reason why I gravitate towards kind of like the cool hair, like the lean look, and like the very smart, like go from like the polished smart look to like the athlete wear. But then I still love
baseball and football and basketball.
Oh,
that's the regular stuff.
So far you've been impressive, but this is a very serious question.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
What is your soccer team?
That's a hard question.
Because
the players switch teams.
Oh, you go by players. Who's your favorite player at the moment? Then?
Well, I mean, Ronaldo's the best player. Ronaldo.
Thank God.
Yes,
Thank God. At least you didn't say Messi.
No. Ronaldo's the best player.
Thank God. Okay.
Messi knows that too.
We can still get along.
Robert, aside from sports,
and then Neymar's great too. Shout out Neymar.
True.
You're in great shape. What does your diet consist of?
I don't eat at all. I don't believe in food. I think food is a crutch. It's a setup.
Interesting.
So you gotta fast.
Yeah.
Fasting's important. You gotta clean your cells. There's a word in Greek. It's called apophagy. It stands for self-eating. And essentially, if you don't eat, then your body is like, we have to eat all the bad stuff inside of you, and you're cleaning out bad cells, cancer cells, all this kind of stuff. So I think it's important to sort of like not eat. And then when you eat, you kind of have to like preset like the meal prep of what you're going to eat after the fast. So now I'm getting up there. I can do like 24, 26-hour fast, no problem.
That is quite interesting because me, myself, I'm a professional boxer, and I cut down to 154 every time I go to camp to fight. So in terms of that, when I'm in camp, I am very moody. So I want to ask you this: when you're fasting, how moody are you?
I'm not moody at all.
Not at all.
I did 100-hour fast. I did it with Jason Amos. What up? Shout out J-Rock and everybody in Florida. Shout out Perp. No, I did a 1 hour fast, and it's interesting the times that you drop to the floor.
Yeah.
The first time I did that, I dropped to the floor at 16 hours. 16 hours, I got a little weak.
Okay.
At the 36-hour mark, I was in convulsions. Literally, like I went to the gym for 4 days and just kind of lived in the gym. And like I was like on the floor, like shaking. Went to the locker room, had to take a cold shower, slept for like 3 hours, came out of that. And then at the 72-hour mark, I got pretty lightheaded and weak again. But then after that, I burned through it. And then when I got to 100, I broke my fast with a salad. So
both without food and water, or
I don't do water either.
You don't do water?
No, I do.
Interesting.
So you're supposed to do no calorie fast.
Yeah. Okay.
If you can do water,
yes,
but I do a lemon juice just to like sip on.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like keep the brain sort of like got something, but I do that and then so now when I've done like a 50-hour fast, I can do that pretty clean and go to the vegetables and the salad.
That's extremely impressive. That is extremely
shout out to my
impressive.
boxers. That's a real sport.
That is extremely impressive. That's beautiful.
My fighters,
That's
man. Shout out to all the fighters.
Where are you today? Are you fasting today, or are you able to eat something?
My last meal was yesterday at 6 p.m. and today it's 5, right?
Yeah.
It's 5. So I've done 23 hours, but I won't break my fast until 10 tonight. So that'll be whatever that is, like the 28 hours a day.
Oh, well,
Jeez,
Robert,
impressive.
what does this do to your mental health?
Oh, it's great. So, right. So, when you're getting weak, you're supposed to work out.
Yes.
Like people think that if you're tired or you want, it's actually counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But I think from a mental standpoint, like I'm really, really strong.
Okay.
I'm really strong. There's a lot of people when they see me in the gym, they don't want any of this.
They don't want no smoke. They don't want no smoke
because it's all for my roles.
Yeah.
Like this next role that I have, his name's Zeke.
Yeah.
And when he enter frame, he comes around the corner, and he's got to make the impression on the look. He doesn't even talk
I see
yet.
where you're coming from.
So he comes around the corner, and you see his head, and you see like his shoulders and his arms. And I gained I'm at 165 a day, so I was at 185, 190 for that role. And then the strippers, it's always the strippers.
Always the strippers.
They go, who's that? And then the girl goes, that's Zeke. And I wanted to achieve that. Like when I came around the corner, he had this like sort of like lion presence in the shoulders and everything.
Yeah,
A nice cut.
Yeah,
the
for
frames.
sure, absolutely. And then like when he walks toward the bar, and then the girls walk up to him, and they kiss him on both cheeks.
Yes.
Every girl at home would be like, "Oh, I want him," And then the guys would be like, "Oh, he's a badass."
Yes.
And that's for that role. Then like for every role, I switch it up.
Okay.
I was hanging out with Leonardo DiCaprio the other night.
Okay.
And he's got
Leo.
shout out to Leo. Shout out to Leo. The great. He has a new movie coming out called And the Battle Never Ends. That might be what it's called. September 25th.
We'll be looking out for it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
He plays like this homeless like military dude, and it's like there's just all these internal battles, and then these circumstantial battles, and then like his physical battles because he's probably put himself through drugs and all this other shit, and homeless stuff. And I think that it's cool that you have to sort of like be that instrument first. You got to go from tuba to guitar, from guitar to a drum set, from drum set to a piano in every role, so that when people see you, they're like, I believe that character.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like that suspension of disbelief is really my job. And I've tried to make a profession and career out of it.
And with you saying that as a fellow actor, the roles that I study for, I was going to ask you this because there are times where I'm going to say lock myself away for a little bit, and I prepare for the role, and I may walk away from it 1 or 2 hours, practice it, come back to it. And my mind is like, it's an immersive, life is 360. It's an immersive experience. And my duty as an entertainer is to take you on this fantasy trip with me, and I'll lead you through. Is that an accurate depiction as to what we do as entertainers, is to bring that belief to life? So like you're saying, Leonardo DiCaprio is this role. You are Zeke. Who's that? Right. That's Zeke. Oh, ow. Everybody wants him. Yeah. And you literally are a top-notch athlete at what you do because you're that serious about it, because you're that dedicated. And you are helping the community and teaching others to do it as well. But with me doing it as well, locking myself away, I'm like, sometimes I figure, like, is this healthy? But I guess this is my reality. I still get booked. I still get the roles. I'm still getting callbacks. So this is the direction, and this is what, like you're saying, learning how to navigate the writer's portion, that other clientele portion, and distinguishing the both of those two. So thank you for that tip.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your students, are there tools that you provide them to be mentally strong and sturdy in the industry of entertainment? Because we know how it could be.
Yeah. I mean, there's I try to pick some bullseyes for people to understand how to develop any role.
Yeah.
I think one particular bullseye is Wolverine.
Oh.
That like he's got this guy and he's like grumpy and like sitting at the bar, but then if you like tip him off the wrong way, then like the knives come out.
He puts you down. Yeah.
Right. And when you think about why people all over the world are so attracted to these Marvel characters is because they understand exactly who Superman is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You know that like there's this like baby from Klingon, his name's Khalil, and he lands in like Metropolis, and then he becomes like, Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And his family's like, hi. And he's like, puts on glasses and like a nerdy shirt. And he's like, flirting with this girl named Lois.
Yeah.
And then, with great, great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
And then he's like, let me just go in his phone booth and put on these underwear and get to it.
Right,
we see you.
Right. And so I say, like, are you trying to do that with every single character? If I'm playing, like I have this new character, Sean, that I'm playing. I play Zeke in this other role. All these different characters that I'm playing, RG. Like, I try and make it where when you see him, you're like, I get that character immediately, and then understand all the levels that are the scaffolding of who that character is, just like the Marvel characters.
Yes.
Like Logan is Wolverine.
Yes. It's that story, that arcing story leading up to it. It takes us on that fantasy ride to where as though even the backstory, those actors and actresses have fully invested in bringing that story to life and understanding the character, for one, because I believe that's a skill, to learn your character and learn how to portray that with excellence to make it believable.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
That's
I mean,
a skill.
It's the same thing that I was saying with the writing. A lot of times,
Yes.
you're the on-screen writer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are there any roles that you've had to turn down where you just was like, it's too much, I don't feel like it's for me, I can't handle the role? Like,
I do a lot of heavy lifting. I think that some of the heavier roles are the things that I'm really attracted to. I like a good challenging role.
okay.
Say an athlete.
Yeah, but
True.
I get
Exactly.
I get to it in the gym though. I
Yeah.
think part of what I'm doing in the gym
Yes.
is setting up my mind for the challenges that I can transfer to other categories. The other day I was talking to somebody, and there's a philosopher, and the philosopher's name is Goethe. Goethe, yeah. And it's a German philosopher, and one of his famous quotes is, "Before it can be done, you have to be the one who can do it."
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Heavy. So like in the gym, like let's say like 100 push-ups.
Yeah.
I can do 100 push-ups.
Push-ups.
And I've gotten to 90 pull-ups straight. I'm not there right now. I'm like at 65 right now. But I can, and these things, they're incremental growth.
Yes.
It's really, you got to be consistent.
Yes, you do.
And also with consistency, you got to do it frequently.
Yes.
So like, I'll give an example. When I was trying to get up in my pull-ups, I started at 8.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm going to do, every single day I'm going to add
Yeah.
1 in succession, 9, 10, 11, 12. But then I also added 10 every day.
Yes.
So you get to like doing 900 pull-ups a day,
Yes.
and your body's like, okay, first set we'll do a tenth of the work, and that's how I got to 90. Right. So that's kind of like, and then so I do that with my roles too. I go, okay, start with where I'm at, and don't push myself too hard to understand where I'm at today, and then just grow because I'm practicing. And then that compound happens. And then the hardest part is to discipline what you don't do to set yourself off, to like jump off the wagon.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
Yes.
What you just said now was, in addition to the hardest part, was just the doing it, Robert.
Yeah.
You said you started with 8 pull-ups.
Right.
That's impressive because some people have a challenge with doing one or 2.
Yeah.
But it shows you are capable. And it shows that you literally, your willpower in this human form, you can conquer whatever it is you put your mind to.
Yeah.
You just literally, like you said, that dedication, like you really got to do it. Sometimes the hardest part to starting anything is just to do it, just to start doing it.
A lot of people say you're supposed to write it down.
Yeah, that part.
You write it
that you
down?
won't forget
Really?
what you're gonna do.
Yeah, you write it down.
Yeah.
And then the second part is, so what's the plan to get to that goal? So you write the goal down and say, what's the plan? And then you got to stick to the plan. Yeah.
Yes.
For me, it's just, first of all, again, it's extremely impressive. So somebody like me in the gym, like I have to go to the gym. If not, getting beaten would be my title that's been put upon me.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Don't do that.
But in terms of that, in general, a lot of people don't understand how, like you were saying, how easy it is to get off track. like how easy it is. Because even I have issues. I'll fight at 154, go out, I'll see a whole buffet, and I'll stuff my face.
Oh, so good.
Before the next camp.
Oh, so good.
Forgive me, but before the next camp, I'm stuffed. I'm a big boy. Now I'm going to coach looking at me like you look like Tubbs all of a sudden. Now I'm on the bike running again. I'm in the gym doing again, and there's pain all over again. So in itself,
a masochist.
It's about right. In itself, I want to say impressive, beautiful, amazing. The stuff that you're saying is extremely hard to keep up with that. And right now, everything you've said has been amazing, impressive. And you like Ronaldo? My God.
Yeah. You know, listen, it's hard on set. It's hard because the snacks are everywhere.
Yes.
Whoa,
And,
yeah.
Mrs. Vicky's jalapeno or sea salt vinegar. That's my kryptonite. Oh, I cannot walk past a bag and not pop one of those open. But you know, you got to find an excuse to stay on track. I use everyone's religion as a way to stay on track.
Really?
Yeah, I'll use like because you know Catholics have Lent.
Yeah.
And then like if you're Muslim, you have Ramadan. Yeah. So then if I find all the different ones and then I kind of use those throughout the year to stay on track.
That's actually pretty smart.
Religion, like, what is your religion? Are you religious or spiritual?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Christ follower. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ has saved all of us and all salvation and goes through Him to our Lord.
Correct.
So I'm very, very I honor that and I submit to that and I'm humble to that and I surrender to that.
Yes.
Good man.
Yes.
Amen. God is good all the time.
Yes.
But you know, I think that we're all people, and as you travel, you learn how people see the vehicle that you take to the everlasting.
That part.
Speak.
That part.
And so the way that someone kind of explained to me is like, some people like motorcycles, some people like SUVs, some people like a train or a bus or a skateboard, and everyone's got their own kind of vehicle to what they get, but we're all sort of going in the same direction. And you know, I've got mine, so there you go.
Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, learn things on the road.
Hey, you know what they say? You always want to remain the student so that you can continue to learn. Because once we think that we're the teacher, it's like we lose track of how to grow.
Well, wait. Let me interject one moment because there is a point where you can still be the teacher and still learn. You can still, right. You can be the teacher and still learn. You just have to. That's a mental capacity. There is no point in your existence in this physical form that you are unable to continue to learn. That is a willpower. If you want to continue to learn, you can do that. So you can still be the teacher, but humble thyself.
Okay. So just always be open to learning.
Yes, it's your ability to learn. Like, it's your capacity in which you deem. Like Robert just said, started with 8 pull-ups. Now he's doing 900 pull-ups a day.
Right.
Or he didn't say 900, but he's
900.
900, right.
900.
So,
don't knock the man.
Right. 900 a day. So it's to be facetious. It's the progression. It's the willpower. It's the dedication and the consistency.
Yes, sir.
It's that. If your brain, there was this book I read. I don't recall the title, but it's that when a child is told no, but so many times they continue to believe the things that they're not capable of.
Yeah.
So they could learn as many languages as you are willing to teach them, but it's when you tell them no or you shut them down or shut them out that they deem it unnecessary to learn that skill, that topic, or whatever that educational piece is. I don't believe entirely that stays for just children. That is a capacity for mankind, period, in this physical form. So whether it's the role, the child, the home, the student, whatever it is, we as a people must continue to change our minds and be shaped differently, retrain and reshape our minds, because this existence, yes, it will fade and it's going to do its thing, but spirit continues to travel. That's everlasting. That's eternal. But in these physical forms, learn as much as you can. Teach as much as you can.
Right, and always be open to learning. That's what
and you see, like, that's that openness. That's that willingness to want to learn. Right, exactly. So you can still be the teacher. Humble thyself, because as the teacher, you are always remaining still the student. That's why I said I'll combat that.
Okay. All right, I'll take that.
Fair enough.
Robert, aside from that, like, when you want to get away from it all, like, I know you work a lot and you got a lot going on. You work out 24/7. Do you travel often? And where's your favorite destination? Just decompress, relax.
Yeah, no, an idle mind is a devil's playground. So I do try and stick with the work because I feel safer there. But I will get out of Dodge and I will get in trouble. So it doesn't matter if it's South America or.
He's thinking, look.
So many places.
I feel like he had flashbacks.
Yeah,
He's like, wow.
So many places. I got some stamps in the passport. I filled up a passport or two or three.
Okay.
I'm a fourth now. So yeah, just trying to get around and learn people and see some cool things and get some good food.
Piggyback off of that.
I'll say that about foods. Go ahead.
No, piggyback off of that. Again, I'm Sierra Leonean American.
Yeah.
I'm always out here promoting West African side. Have you ever been to that region? If you have, what do you enjoy about us, man?
Okay, so every time I get invited to go somewhere to Africa, I always book a job. So you gotta invite me because I got a fucking job.
Come to Sierra Leone.
Right.
We ain't got much, but listen, we're life of the party.
Good people, good music.
Good people,
that's all.
good food.
That's right.
I mean,
a little drink,
enjoy
a
every
little dancing. There you
see.
go. Laughter. I'm good to
We
go.
got everything you need.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
So please come on through.
Great style too. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm with that.
through.
I'm with that.
What are some go-to foods for you?
Seafood Saturday is a great day. I love my seafood Saturday. I get a little adventurous. Wet Wednesdays are my mollusk days. So that's my oysters, my clams, my scallops. And what's the other one? There's one more. Oysters, clams, scallops, mussels. Clams, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Oysters, clams, scallops, mussels. Yeah, that's Wednesday. And then I try and do a vegetarian day on Thursday.
I was about to ask you,
that's
Robert.
it.
Wait,
Yeah.
is each day of the week labeled
Yes.
food? Because
Yeah,
it sounds like
yeah.
to me to be like Munchies Monday.
No, Mediterranean Monday.
Oh, Mediterranean Monday. Taco Tuesday. You know.
So I don't do beef and pork anymore. I had a lot.
Neither do I.
I had a lot of
Smart man.
steak. I had a lot of steak growing up.
Yeah.
My dad told me I'm gonna get hit by a steak truck. So I had to evolve past that. But I still do like a gamey meat on a Monday.
Yeah.
So that like I'll do like a lamb or lamb chop or something like that. I'll do
So
something.
you up for a good like shawarma? Or
Yeah.
What about a Louisiana boil?
Oh, I love
for that?
Louisiana. I love
Ah,
Louisiana.
you still
My
got it?
whole
That's my
family's
guy.
from Louisiana.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody.
That's right. That's right.
The Creole gens de couleur.
Tu parles français?
Un peu.
You better talk that talk. AP, what's your French?
I'm still learning.
There you go.
I'm still learning, Robert.
I love that.
So you travel a little bit, you work a lot. Are we ever going to see you direct any films?
No, I'm not going to direct. I don't.
Why? We just talked about Robert. Like
This is too much
constantly-
work. No, directing
never
is
too
it's not. It's more than pointing the camera where it goes. There's so much work that goes in directing.
Okay.
The prep side is hard. The post side will annihilate a human because you're just sitting there watching the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And you like get so deep into it that you still have to figure out, is this what people actually want to see? And that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I don't have that muscle.
Yeah.
So I like to be in there, production focus. I do my prep time where basically on day one, I should be like ready.
Yeah.
And then I'll do that sprint through production. Like, coming from the series world, we were doing 24 episodes.
Yeah.
So that would be like 110 production days straight. Yeah, that's about a whole series. And that's a pretty long,
Yes.
long
Yes.
time.
Well, you look at it like this. Although you said you don't want to be a director, although you should think about it.
He wants that
I'm just
bad.
saying, keep an open mind. You are directing people
Yes.
in life.
Yeah, I'm like an on the field director. Okay. Right? So like your Brady's, your Jordans, like all these people, Kobe's. Shout out to Kobe. Oh,
yeah.
Shout out to Kobe.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to the whole family too. The
Yeah.
brothers. Love you guys. That you're on the field director. Sometimes people enjoy that. Sometimes people say I push a little bit too hard, but I come from a military family, so we kind of push it to the limit.
Hey.
Yeah,
They'll thank you later. They'll thank you later.
They sure do. I hope I'm still here when they thank me.
Yeah. You know what the solution could be to that? Just wear a GoPro. Just attach the camera, and as you do what you're doing and directing folks, your movie and films are being made.
I need
just
a
not
whole.
script.
I need a whole crew for sure. Absolutely.
Well, everybody wear a GoPro. There you go. Just get a
Everybody
gaggle of
wear a
everybody. Everybody got a GoPro on. The film is being shot, guerrilla style, and that's it.
Okay, I'm with that. That's a good tip. That's a good tip.
No hard thinking. Whatever happens, happens. Uncandid. Let's do it. Life is for loving and living. Let's do it. Great foods, great travel, great people.
I want to get more into like the behind the scenes stuff. I think that giving people like that's why I love doing like cool interviews like this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't talk enough.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like a dumb like person. I think of myself.
Absolutely not.
But
Absolutely.
But you know, it's like I don't have a lot to say.
There's always something to say.
No, but like in my comfort zone,
Yeah.
I don't share a lot. That's why when I walk into like the house or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know what to like
Just
chit chat. But then when we get on camera, then I have something to say.
Okay, look at it in this way. Julia Caesar didn't have a lot to say either.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, he was quite a brilliant man. A man that spoke with his actions, not so much with just his words.
Right.
So I would say in terms of silence or more stoic, me, I'm with the, again, super athlete, all that.
Right.
With the more stoic type, it's always with the more nature stoic, you by yourself, you go to the gym. I'm with that type. I think those guys are the hidden heroes.
Okay.
And that's just
I'm
my
with that.
viewpoint. Everybody's different. But so I don't think you're dumb at all. I think you're just perfect in your own way.
The girls always ask me, like, you don't say much, do you?
Yeah.
I
you're-
said I buy the drinks.
So you're an introvert. I see.
The drinks will talk for themselves.
Yeah.
I buy the drinks. I do the dance moves too.
What it could be though, Robert, is that a man of few words. Like to me, from these conversations and this exchange of energies that we're doing, you are wise.
Yes.
Aw.
From the teachings that you.
Thanks, Dad.
right. Thanks, Dad. So, but you are wise, in the being in the form that you are. You are wise. So why is it that it's looked at as maybe a downward or a silly thing or a dumb thing that I'm not sure how to navigate this room verbally because we already know those who have all this everything else behind the scenes. Let's say their BTS, their production behind the scenes. Ain't all what it is.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of talk.
Yeah.
In my perspective of us talking, though, you've said so many valuable things. And to me, deeming yourself as an asset for your community, why do you got to talk a whole bunch? Why do you have to know what to say when you go in a room? Walk in the room and let the rest do its business.
Your presence speaks for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
I also
Walk
wanna-
in and do your thing.
Let your presence, your character speaks for you. And I want to add to that and say it's okay to walk into a room and feel uncomfortable because that's when you really begin to grow and you blossom. So don't feel bad. And again, you don't sound
I appreciate that. It's like every day, so that's good. You solve all my problems. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I mean, when I walk into the room, I just think like turn the music on, just drown my thoughts out. That's usually like my go-to. I admire people who can like keep a conversation going and chit chat because that's not my forte.
Why? Right now we're admiring each other.
Okay,
because that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yeah, that's what we're doing because like with this platform that we have, Wake Up Uncensored. These are things that we want to bring to the forefront.
Oh, good.
Especially
Good.
with men. Like, we don't normally sit down with our close people and have discussions like this that are aired.
Yeah.
These things are quiet, and taboo. Like, well, why are people
Swept
sagging their
under the rug.
pants? Why is domestic violence a thing? Like, should men hit women back or should women hit men? And it's all right. So these are things that are talked about, but now we're putting it publicly. So you're not the only one. There are millions of people, and even I've been that person before, like, this thing, but in a different space, in different time. But I had to learn, like, you know what? I am enough. And I am going to do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it well. Because as I continue to pray and my Lord's going to guide me, I'm not able to fail.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. Amen to that.
And you are stronger than you know. Think about it this way.
He does 900 pull-ups. What do you mean?
Right. Shit,
He's stronger than you know.
Right.
That's what you meant to say.
Right.
You came into the room, you were open and honest with your responses. Someone somewhere is inspired by that. Let that be your takeaway.
Okay, yeah, I'm with that. Sounds good.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to leave with the people?
No, I love you guys. God bless. I'm glad you guys came for this interview today. If you guys see me out there in the streets, I'm out here, hugging grandparents, kissing babies. And this is Robert Ri'chard.
You need to do more comedy too, man.
Off.
You need to do more comedy.
Right.
Love you guys and God bless.
Yeah, and before we go, a lot of people are asking, like, who are we wearing? The clothes we looking fly today. We are wearing Shasha African Designs. Please make sure y'all check out our guy.
Please.
He's doing major things from the DMV area, DMV Baltimore area. Y'all know how we do.
Looks clean. I love it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
We gotta get you one.
Oh yeah, something fly. I need something.
Yes.
I need something great. Yep. Yes.
And you gotta come back and see us again, Robert.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, good.
Love you guys.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Please.
Appreciate
You're
it.
very welcome.